Okay.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
All day today, it has been gloomy in the sky, but make no mistake, there has been a storm brewing right here at Highlander Stadium. Welcome to the ninth wonder of the world, Highlander Stadium, located on the beautiful and iconic campus of Highland Park High School, home of your Highland Park Scots. Hello, everyone. I'm Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner, and Cade, HP came back from Florida undefeated, rolling through competition like a team on a mission. Torrey Pines comes out of California and is undefeated, confident, and ready to see if they can fly back to California with a dub.
Absolutely, Heckman. We'll pause for the national anthem, and I'll give you my thoughts, man.
I came to fight, I came for war. I came to win, to settle the score. I came for the throne, to take it all. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. So bring the pain, then bring some more. I came to fight, I came for war.
Back here at Highlander Stadium, and that was an impeccable open, guys. Give me another opportunity. You want me to do it again for you, Cade? Yes, I can. Cade, I want your thoughts on tonight's game, but also, because I wasn't there, you got to tell me about your trip to Florida.
Well, first of all, my man, your opens are poetic. And I love them. It's been a rush day here. We had a UIL soccer game as a what do you call it, neutral site matchup before this game, so our start time got pushed back a little bit. But, man, let me tell you, the Florida trip was fantastic. Weather was a little gloomy like we have here, a couple days of sunshine. But the Scots had 3 great outings. Kind of lopsided on either side with the Hotchkiss School and the Berkshire School, but the Benjamin School from Palm Beach, Florida, man, that game was a barn burner. Came down to overtime, and wouldn't you know it, your man Harrison Brown with the game winner.
I would expect nothing less. And starting lineups, Cade.
The Brooker Law starting lineup, as always, as the Scots face the Falcons at Torrey Pines. At attack, we've got Connor McCutcheon, James Allen, and Harrison Brown. The midline tonight, Colton Heinlein, Hunter Henry, and Henrik Johnson. The defense will be anchored by the captain, Jackson Bond, also Griffin Hammer and Ford Blevins. In goal tonight for the Scots, number 16, that's Willie White.
Willie White in between the pipes as Torrey Pines is in all black with maroon trim, silver helmets.
And we've seen it here, Heckma, this is probably the 4th year that we've played this. And when you talk about lacrosse powerhouses, you're generally talking about the prep schools / then the private schools.
Yeah.
Big time matchup between the public schools tonight. Nationally ranked, Torrey Pines comes in at number 10 in the Inside Lacrosse rankings, and your Scots right behind them at number 11. So this will be a decision maker and move somebody up a few notches tonight.
J.R. Faria is down at the X for the Scots, and we're all clamped in. And early, the Scots come away with the first face-off as action starts here in the Park Cities.
Yeah, good face-off clamp by the UMass commit in J.R. Faria there. Heckma, 22 college commits on the field tonight between these two teams. And look for a really good matchup, including 2 offensive players, an attackman and a midfielder for Torrey Pines headed to Dartmouth. Both of them, they'll be covered by the Tar Heel brothers tonight.
Working back inside, quick and easy. The magic stick tonight belongs to James Allen.
Yeah, we've seen James Allen do that many times in the first half of this season, Heckma. We saw it again down in Florida. One thing I was really impressed with, I shouted out to you down there, was so impressive. Look for the ball movement, man. I am talking about maybe not midseason form, they're in playoff form. The way they move that ball in Florida. Look for that quick magic tonight. James Allen hanging around the crease like that. He did that all week down in Florida. He does it again here tonight.
And that was set up by number 20, the captain, Hunt Henry, with the pass out to James Allen. This time, the Falcons take the face-off.
Yeah, 1-1 on face-offs here, as you probably expect.
Comes away with it as Torrey Pines now in action. 11:03 here in the first quarter. Scots already up by 1 off of the James Allen score. Taking their time, controlling the rock. The pressure from the defense already out on the perimeter by the Scots. Scots in a man look.
Yeah, number 16 and number 41 are the ones to watch. 2 of the ones to watch for the Falcons tonight, those 2 Dartmouth commits.
Yeah, those guys are pretty good, and so is this guy right here, number 3, Harry Jacobson, the attackman.
You know, Torrey Pines is one of the dominant programs on the West Coast. When you talk about Southern California, you talk about Torrey Pines, you talk about Loyola and Los Angeles, some of those other prep schools.
Woo, trying to get back top side, and that one was one that was trying to go top shelf, rings the pipe. Willie White able to track it down.
Yeah, Heckman, that pipe's an inch higher, and that one's going in. But good job by Willie White there to contain that.
As the student section has shown up in force tonight. Nothing else to do on a Friday night but come out and cheer on the Scots.
I'm telling you what, Heckman, I told our athletic director, I told our deputy superintendent, tonight is a night you want to get a drone shot of Highland Park High School. We've got a softball game. We've got a baseball game. You've got a lacrosse game going on here. It looks like a Division I college sports complex. I mean, it's all going on right here in the Park Cities.
It really does. Harrison Brown working his way back around. You talk about that ball movement here early, and you see it. James Allen dancing behind X, bringing it back up top. Harrison Brown now controlling the rock. I think man-on-man is a mistake in this situation, but you see the double team coming immediately. They know who number 3 is.
Yeah, we saw one game in the Benjamin game that I was talking about, that real barn burner. They locked off Harrison Brown for most of the game, really trying to limit what he could do. he still ended up with a couple of points, including the overtime game winner. So, you know, if you're going to try to lock off Hash Brown, good luck, because he's still going to get his points, which, you know, is still good strategy. Minimize a player like Harrison, but he has a way of shaking things loose.
And that just says to me that somebody's done their scouting on this squad, and they know you better make sure you keep a hat on number 3.
Yeah, good ride coming here by the Scots, and 4 seconds to get it across midfield. They do.
Barely get it across, and the Falcons are in business.
Highland Park having a good time on the rides down in Florida, as well as the clears. I was very impressed with our defensive clears. Hope to see that continue tonight here back home.
Defense all the way out on the perimeter. The Falcons trying to work their way back inside. That is a bouncer by Jacobson that goes wide right, the mouth of the goal.
Yeah, hand recovering there. If you want to take a full sprint run to your right from 15 yards out and shoot, I think Matt Dunn's going to be happy with that.
Great defense there.
That's Jackson Bond pushing in on.
I'm going Finn. That's number 24, Finn Zilke.
Oh, that was Finn.
Yeah, Finn Zilke on defense.
Yeah, I'm mixing up my 24 from last year. We had the practice numbers last week, Heckma. Now we got back to our varsity numbers, and we got the black and maroon jerseys for Torrey Pines, which makes an old color man's job pretty tough.
Hey, you telling me. When I saw him down on the field, I said, oh, black jerseys with maroon letters, numbers. Oh, joy. Can't wait for this one.
No, beat only by the South Lake black and dark green.
Thank you. Hey, I'll take the maroon any day over that. Another opportunity here. Henrik Johnson straight down the hatch, and Hash Brown with another one. Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, Henrik there, he had a lane. I thought he had an opportunity to shoot there. Heckma, we saw some unselfish play down in Florida. He does it again there, and Harrison Brown puts it in the back of the net. And I'll repeat what I said. It was unselfish play, Heckma. We've talked about an unwillingness to shoot in the past. I didn't see that in Florida. So unselfish play, the extra pass was made, but there was plenty of guys ready to let it rip. And tonight, you know, we're up 2-0, and we've got 2 different scores.
6:57 here in the first. Another one taken by JR.
Yeah, JR clean win there.
Back up top to Colton Gray. Back to Harrison Brown. Scott's 2-0 and looking crisp back off of the Florida trip. My man, Connor McCutcheon. Working from behind X, getting it back up top.
Good spin by Hunt there.
Back inside, great pass.
Yeah, Colton Heinlein continues to make good feeds. I mean, it's just in the essence of March Madness. You got a guy like that at a point guard position making good passes.
Hunt Henry back to Colton Heinlein. Heinlein in between the hashes. Back down, and oh my God, McCutcheon all by himself. And he ricochets that one off of the chest plate of the goalie.
Yeah, and the extra pass again by Colton Heinlein there.
And that's Gavin Henry in between the pipes.
Yeah, good job by Henry to make himself big, fill that whole goal. You know, when you've got that extra pass you know is going to be coming, and their back is turned to you. You don't know where the ball's going to be. So you want to make yourself big. You want to try to fill that 6x6 square as much as you can, and he did so there.
Ross Jacobson with the clear for the Falcons as they are in business with the need for a goal, down by 2 here early as the defense is starting to tighten up for the Scots, and there is a race for the loose ball, and the Falcons come away with it. Now they're looking at about 30 seconds now on the shot clock.
Yeah, Dean Doolin, short stick deep mid on the sidelines there, and that ball kind of stalled just right before going out of bounds. Good hustle by Doolin.
Falcons now trying to get back top side, not able to make a double team coming. Great communication on defense. Number 35, Mac Dixon, doing a great job as My man, number 34, Griffin Hamner with the defense.
Yeah, Griffin with the reach there and kind of reached a little bit too far and got turned on, but good slide comes from the defense.
Whistles on the field by the referees. Didn't see a flag, but there is a stoppage in play. 4:40 here in the first quarter. Colton Heinlein runs off.
And they're saying they want 6 seconds on the shot clock. So we got a 0 on the shot clock there. So this will be one of those. We'll have to wait 54 seconds for it to wind down to 6. The officials getting it there. I'm sorry. 74 seconds. So while we're here, you know, let's use this time wisely. You know, I thought they had a productive trip, Heckman, as I've said before, down to Florida. You never know what you're going to get, you know, making a traveling like that and, you know, having a team in the hotel that week. But I think it was a very productive week, very productive for the underclassmen and you know, some freshmen and first-year guys on this varsity blue squad for the Scots. And, you know, real time for those seniors and those captains to put in their spin of leadership, put their mark in this team. And I think Coach Pressler and the staff came away very happy with that.
Give me a player that you saw the most growth from in this trip. If you could just,
you know what?
Doesn't have to just be one.
Yeah, I'm going to give you 2. And they're both playing great short stick D-midi. And I've said this all year about Finn Zilke. He has really grown into the spot. I mean, he's a little brother of Duncan Zilke. You know, as little brothers may be, they're not really scared of anything. They're pretty tough from getting beat on their whole life. But this kid has really taken a step this year. He's filled the gap of a guy like Harrison Cullum that we lost, unfortunately. And then Corbin Gray also has come on very well at that same position. And it's going to be needed tonight, Heckman. We've got Carter Sutton is not dressed tonight. He took a shot in the jaw earlier this week, and he is sitting tonight to ensure that that injury doesn't progress any further.
So even with a man down, or injuries, should I say, Scott still on a roll here at home, 2-0. I love that. You know, coming from those trips, we saw it obviously down in Austin. Guys coming back with a little bit more confidence on those road trips, and all that for what we know we have coming up. And this is some pretty heavy competition coming down the road, and some really good games.
Heavy competition. You got all this month, or excuse me, in the month of April, you're going to have Jesuit, you're going to have Westlake, you're going to have ESD. ESD topping a national powerhouse in the Landon School today. Congrats to the boys across the tollway over on Midway. Great matchup for them.
And Pierce Powers forcing the turnover. He's got his stick right under the armpit and just forklifted his guy up.
He's another guy. You asked me who I'm impressed with at spring break. I mean, there's so many. The guys just really did well. Pierce Powers, his game over last year, transferring in last December 24, and then playing spring of 25 here, coming from the Avon School. Man, he has really seen growth, and I attribute that just to a youngster, a high school boy, making a change and getting to a school and, you know, not trying to force himself into social scenes or the team. A year later, he's completely comfortable, and he's certainly one of these leaders on this team, and he is the lead at LSM.
2:45 here in the first quarter. Scott's up by 2. Harrison Brown making his way back across. Bingo. Bouncer over the top of the cage.
Yeah, you said scouting. I mean, there's plenty of tape to watch on Highland Park and what they've done this year. You know, they've had some fantastic games. You know, tight matchups only really with Culver and then the Benjamin School last week down in Florida.
Connor McCutcheon's pass is back to number 20, Hunt Henry. Ball movement, as you stated, hands free, and great defense there by the Falcons. That's number 23, Gavin Oltz.
Yeah, good defense by Oltz.
Bit of a robbery there.
Yeah, Colton Highland. Probably wish he had that one back. Just let his stick hang a little bit too long, and when you do that, you take the risk of getting it whacked from that backside. That's what happened there.
Harry Jacobson with the pass up top to number 41, Ross Jacobson. Don't know if there's any relation, but I'm not going to assume. Great defense. No flag coming out.
Yeah, that's Finn Zilke. Man, I'm telling you, the kid is spunky.
Whew. How did he get that shot off? Almost falling on his wallet.
Yeah, that's 15 yards out, Heckman. You want to turn and take a no-look shot like that? I feel comfortable with our defender on you like that, and Willie White's going to get a look at it within 15 yards.
As Ted Coyle with the shot for the Falcons. Now Jacobson trying to shake the defense, and Bond is blanketing him.
Yeah, Bond all over him. You know, I told him before the game, I told Griffin before the game, you know, you've got a couple of ACC commits down there, and Bond and Hamner. Don't let those Ivy Leaguers shake you down there.
No, those guys are just different. Another shot attempt by the Falcons. That one wide right again. White taking some shots, man, but standing strong here. 58 seconds.
Yeah, they don't get a reset there, so I thought it might have hit Willie. He kick saved it or something, but it must have just been a bounce save because there was no reset of the shot clock there, and then turnover to Highland Park. Not sure what that was for.
White all the way out of the cage. A little bit of pressure being applied here by the Falcons. 40 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Even with the pressure applies, the Scots have done such a good job of this since really the Culver week and the Strake week, Heckma, of getting that ball across field. Blevins doing a good job working it up to the substitution box, just able to flip it across midfield.
Hey, you were talking about that so much at the beginning of the season, saying, look, guys, we got to be in midseason form right away. Just the communication passes, things like that you thought were just a tad bit off. And you've seen guys making a little bit quicker work of getting out in transition. And, boy, a long pass for the Falcons. 1 second, and that is the end of the first quarter. Scots up by 2. So far, complete domination back here at home. We'll take a break for the end of the first quarter and return to action as the second quarter begins here on Game On Sports.
Sewell really does listen to you. You're not just a dollar sign to them, and they really listen to your needs. And if you tell them, hey, I'm just looking right now, I might come back in a month or two, I'm not ready to buy yet, they don't care if they're going to sell me a $50,000 car or $90,000 car. They don't really care about that. They care about listening to who I am and what I need. And I love that. I can't buy anywhere else. I won't buy a car anywhere else. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Infinity in Dallas or Fort Worth.
I want to thank the good folks at Vista Bank for that great hype video. Another one of those Vista Bank moments. I'm sure Cade Hamner can tell you all about the great people at Vista Bank. Sewell, JSX. Man, this is, you know, when you talk about the sponsorship for Highland Park lacrosse, man, it is a line of really, really awesome sponsors.
Oh, man, just, you know, we're so fortunate to live in a town here where you have such big hitters. and so many gracious companies willing to serve this community in every way, in every sport. Thanks to Vista Bank, Sewell, JSX, all those guys. They do such a good job of supporting the Highland Park ISD community.
And Owen Leshevsky down at the X.
Yeah, Shep makes an appearance, and they call him for a hold, or withholding, perhaps.
So the Falcons now with an opportunity. Down by 2 early as the Scots have come out on fire. To start things off, you had the magic stick and James Allen, and then Harrison Brown with a low shot. Jacobson working across the field, being guarded by Bond. Dean Doolin, again, it's just not, it's nothing, no dice. A lot of guys think you got the shorty on shorty matchup, and it's not an advantage.
I'm telling you, Dean Doolin, he's a Georgetown. Well, there's a wide open shot. Willie with a great kick save there.
Oh, wow, way to go. Tried to step into that with number 22 for Blevins.
Yeah, Blevins with the quick ground ball look there. One of those 50-50 balls just squirts out, goes Torrey Pines' way.
Pierce Powers defending for the Scots on Jacobson. Jacobson trying to make his way back to the crease. He does. Willie White says, thank you very much.
Yeah, good defense there by the long pole, just continuing to stay on him. Dean Doolin there, legging it out like he's...
Yeah, that's what he does.
Man known to do.
That's what he does. And for him, it's like, Oski, I'm out of here. See ya. Taking it down the sideline is Dean Doolin. Back out to number 7, Colton Heinlein.
Yeah, Torrey Pines got a workout this afternoon or mid-morning over at SMU Crum Field. Thanks to the good folks over at Crum and SMU for helping out. And we know you're going to have a D1 ACC lacrosse here very soon.
Oh, spin move by Colton Heinlein. Back across, and, oh, man, James Allen looked like he had an opportunity there on the crease, elected to go back behind, looking to dish.
Yeah, good movement there. They get it up to Heinlein, about 30 seconds on the shot clock. No hurry here.
Heinlein back inside. Oh, man.
Yeah, quick dish from Heinlein to Allen there, and he shoots it low to high, sails about 6 inches high, that top pipe.
9:40 here in the second quarter. Back inside looking for an assist. No one coming off and run open, coming through the screen for McCutcheon. 5 seconds, maybe a dump here. 3, 2, and that's exactly what the Scots do, is that is a shot clock violation. I heard you say SMU and lacrosse. That didn't go past me.
I know.
I just wanted to come back to that because I heard you. Okay, what do you know? What do you know?
I know nothing other than hope and wishing, and I can't think of a better program to be the next Division I ACC lacrosse program, men and women's.
Yes.
Than my alma mater, SMU, right here at Mockingbird and Hillcrest. They've got a fantastic facility over at Crum. They've got fantastic alumni support. And boy, would the recruiting gravy train flow to SMU. I'm telling you what, Hagman, you get some of those Northeast Long Island kids, some of those Canadians down here for a sunny September tailgate, and we can close that recruiting deal right there.
Hey, you got to tell them, Cade, that you know a guy, okay? Tell them you know a guy. Corbin Gray just completely dominating on defense and creating the turnover for the Scots. And I like that, man. That is awesome.
And even a school like Torrey Pines, those LA schools, the West Coast Stars, the advanced program, the Mad Dog program, all out on the West Coast. All those guys, they feed so many East Coast, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast schools. It'd be nice to get more schools in the middle of the country that have powerhouse programs.
Bodie Parra with trying to get a pass to Henrik Johnson. Johnson just not able to handle it.
They run him out of bounds. So
yeah, they are.
Highland Park's going to get this. Yeah, if you in Torrey Pines, I know people are listening. Torrey Pines, I've heard that name. It is more famous for the golf course. There in Southern California, Tiger Woods and Rocco Mediate. Back probably 2008, I think it may have been. They had a playoff there, the U.S. Open. Fantastic part of the country.
Danger! Down the hatch. Bodie Parra. So don't forget about me, Cade.
Yeah, Danger is my middle name, and it is with Bodie. And right down the pipe, shooting from his hands at the 12 and 6 position. There's the JAF goalie cam on the First Horizon replay. Man, what a great shot.
Great shot. Wow, the camera, the goalie cam, but Bodie Parra taking advantage of this Falcons defense. Scott's up by 3, 7:30 here in the second quarter as Owen Leshevsky, no, excuse me, that is J.R. Faria down at the faceoff.
J.R. Faria doing a good job tonight, doing yeoman's work, keeping that ball going Highland Park's way. And there's Dean Doolin. He's going to shoot it.
Oh, wow. That hits the pipe, comes all the way back. I thought that thing was good. Yard sale. James Allen loses his stick.
Yeah, that's enough. James Allen loses his stick. He's in the middle of kind of the scrum where the players are running. That's going to go advantage to the other team almost every time. Offsides here by Highland Park is what that's got to be, I assume.
So they're going to continue to play on. So it is against the Scots as they hustle for the loose ball.
Good job by Blevins there. Croquets that ball out of bounds, and we'll get the call. And it's a tech for, technical foul for a push, perhaps. I didn't see the offside signal, which explains why the attackman didn't go ahead and go down across field. Again, when you don't know what the call is, you don't want to concede an offsides or you end up with 2 penalties.
So Pierce Powers, we have our first penalty in this game and a man-up opportunity here for the Falcons. Ted Coyle with the pass.
Yeah, we get a look at the man-down unit for HP, which is a starting defensive line with, starting close D-line with Mac Dixon and Dean Doolin, the short stick.
Trying to work it back inside. They get there, but again, great job by number 22, Blevins.
Yeah, Blevins having a good night tonight. Often that third pull gets overlooked. He's put in some work tonight, had a couple of great plays, including the play to start this penalty, getting it out of bounds and not letting Torrey Pines get an extra look.
Back inside, that rings the pipe. Jacobson was just working a man. Spin move by Hamner. Mac Dixon on the move. Boy, Scott's dodged a bullet right there.
Yeah, Heckma, we've seen those when they don't go the Scots way. That's about the third time tonight something has gone the Scots way. And in the course of a season, those things kind of balance out. You know, Torrey Pines is really gritting their teeth, wondering
what is going on.
Yeah, this Highland Park leprechaun or angel that's here, watching over the Scots he has tonight.
McCutcheon in close, standing on the doorstep, and he loses it.
Great save by the keeper there.
Gavin Henry. Again, guys getting peppered with shots today. Holding his own. Only down by 3. 5:04 left in the first half as the Falcons now with another opportunity. Hamner defending on the far side.
Yeah, tight man on man. You know, we've seen Bond, we've seen Hamner on both sides of the field, on both ends of the field tonight. They're following their man pretty tight.
The Tar Heel twins putting in work. Jackson Bond serving him up, and the bartender with another can opener.
Yeah, fantastic. That's a forced turnover there. Torrey Pines ends up getting it back, but nevertheless, good defense by Bond.
Great communication there as Colton Gray holding his ground. Hamner trying to work back across, and boy, White steps just in front of that, good enough to deflect it. Oh, no.
And they're going to say White stepped out of the crease and went back in there. Now, but I'll say on the shot, though, and again, 12 to 15 yards out, nobody in front of Willie White. He's got, you know, every goaltender, NHL, lacrosse, NCAA, they love that. You know, they're going to get a full look at that. Unfortunate that he just goes in and out of the crease.
Great job by number 34, Griffith Hamner, on number 3, Harry Jacobson. Jacobson not able to get his stick.
Corbin Gray.
Yeah, he's
good.
Taking it to him. Another one, Willie White off of his legs.
Yeah, Willie's seen it tonight. Great job.
Ross Jacobson, far side, trying to get to the middle of the field, looking for another one. Willie White says, thank you. I'll take that with me.
It's just one of those things. You know, it's like a boxer, a pitcher, or anything. You make a few saves like that, and you have a few lucky ones that you kind of feel fate's on your side tonight. You get more and more confident and better as a goalkeeper as the game goes.
And what great athletes call that is the game slowing down. 3:09 left here in the first half, and a timeout taken as Torrey Pines trying to rile the troops up. They understand that no lead is safe in lacrosse. We'll take a break with them and return to action. 3:07 left here in the first half.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Highlander Stadium. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. Cade, I tell you what, boy, I was listening to those games while you were in Florida, and I said, man, I just wanted to send you some hot tea. That first game, I said, boy, Cade is on it right now, man. You did a really good job, and Zilke stepped in. I believe it was the second game. Man, so it was all around. It was very entertaining, man, especially that overtime.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Yep. It was
a barn burner. I was jealous. I was just that call, Harrison Brown, what a call that was, and an incredible play.
It was. It was happy to have Josh helping me with that game. The other two games, hey, it's fun to go down and do spring break games. You know, we've done club games like that in the past. You're standing on a bleacher, maybe 4 or 5 feet off the turf. And, you know, you're right there in the thick of the fans. You got a one-camera perspective, so you got to do more of a radio call. And they're playing in their practice jerseys, so the numbers are off. And, you know, your viewers in a situation like that are relying on you to know the numbers. So certainly is doing the best I can. And we had 3 other freshmen joining from the Gold Squad, which had me confused too. But
they say, who are those kids?
Yeah, they did a fantastic job, those 3. And the program is in good hands for years to come.
And you see Bodie Parra trying to catch and release, and what a hustle to the inline. They're going to reward that to Torrey Pines.
You know, it was a turn and shot, and I know it was a hustle, but that shot was 10 feet from the goal. It could have been that they didn't award it a shot call, therefore it was out of bounds Highland Park. Either way, Torrey Pines with possession here.
Hadn't seen the Bulldog ride, but plenty of pressure being applied here. Dean Doolin with the pressure, making them burn some clock.
Yeah, haven't seen that tonight. Pretty good pressure all around by the Scots offense on the ride.
Been about 25 seconds taken before they're even able to get into their offensive set. So that's a good job by the Scots. Torrey Pines now with an opportunity.
That's the stress of the ride. Even if you don't turn it over, you take 20 seconds off the clock before they get it across midfield. You're doing your thing as an offense.
Ogden for Torrey Pines. He and Jacobson playing the two-man game. About a minute 24. Ogden trying to turn back inside, and he ends up turning it over. Hamner right there, but misses the loose ball. Opportunity here by the Falcons, and they're going to elect to dump again. Yeah, they dump it. That one squirts inside. Luckily, they didn't get a shot off on Highland Park. Hamner kind of over pursuing that a little bit, or the ball squirting the Falcons' way, but Scots get away with it, and Torrey Pines. We're used to seeing dumps it. A timeout taken. Yep. Let's see. Nope. 40 seconds. There you go, man. You know the game well, brother. Timeout taken on the field by Coach Pressler. Coach P takes his timeout at the perfect time, and when he does that, we typically go to break. We're going to go to break and return to action as play resumes here on Game On Sports.
I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
Back in action here at Highlander Stadium. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And, I've been watching so much basketball the last couple of weeks. I am inundated with basketball. And I realize in these moments like this, coaches always take this time out to execute a play. Well, these clutch moments. And usually in basketball, it's 10 seconds, 5 seconds, something like that. Yeah. In lacrosse, you're looking at about 4 or 5 passes before you actually get into scoring position. It's usually not just one guy playing hero ball. So this is a design by Coach Pressler, obviously here to close this out with the score. Yeah, Garrett Ledman, the offense coordinator's got plenty drawn up. You've got 35 seconds on the clock now. You probably work it down to 15 before you're starting to make a move where you can get a shot, a possible rebound situation. But unless something opens wide open, there's Harrison Brown right when I say that, side of the net. Side of the net. He must have just been too good. 17 seconds. Yeah, I'd like to see him work it around a little more. I mean, that's really getting greedy when you're telling that you want Harrison Brown to do something different. But nonetheless, 5 seconds on the clock. Willie will do the same thing, launch it the other way, and he gets a little bit closer. Oh, hey. There we go. We just play a little bit of ping pong there for the last 15 seconds. Exactly what that is. Thoughts on the first half, Cade? I like what I'm seeing. This is a big-time program, Torrey Pines. I did not expect the Scots to come in and run away with this thing. I expected something to start like, it starts with the Benjamin School, or it starts with Culver. That's exactly what we got. I do like to see that the Scots are on the long side of this one, up 3-0. Defense is moving and sliding well. I think the offense can clean up the cuts a little bit. I think there's some missed opportunities there, but I think they'll get to it. Yeah, I think they'll get to it. And you see right here on the goalie cam, danger. And this is Bodie Para coming right down the hatch for the score. Now this halftime here at Highlander Stadium will return for the beginning of the third quarter here on Game On Sports.
They're like a super machine when you need to get a loan car. Getting out your booster seats, getting out your child care seats, getting out cleats, getting out bats, getting out balls. They are in, they are on, they are transferring it from one car to the other, and they make sure that they get you on your way. Being respectful of other people's times is a huge portion of making sure that the service that you provide is excellent. And it gives you peace of mind as a customer to make sure that they know what they're doing. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Lexus in Dallas or Fort Worth.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
They're like a super machine when you need to get a loan car, getting out your booster seats, getting out your child care seats, getting out cleats, getting out bats, getting out balls. They are in, they are on, they are transferring it from one car to the other, and they make sure that they get you on your way. Being respectful of other people's times is a huge portion of making sure that the service that you provide is excellent. And it gives you peace of mind as a customer to make sure that they know what they're doing. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Lexus in Dallas or Fort Worth.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks, the games, and the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors, our neighbors.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
I take the cars to get washed frequently, not so much because they're particularly dirty, but because it's like visiting family every couple of weeks and having an hour to spend with friends. From the moment I pull onto the service drive or go into the showroom, there's always someone being polite and kind and friendly. I visit with 6 or 8 people who know me by name every time, and I know them by name. I will always drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Buick GMC.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
From the first time you pull in the driveway to the time you pick up your vehicle, to the way the cashier handles the transaction, everything you touch physically in the dealership is quality. It just keeps layering in that your trust that you're dealing with a sincere organization, a sincerely well-managed organization. I drive a Sewell.
Experience the Sewell difference for yourself today at Sewell Cadillac.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers, it's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, well, we're trying. Hello, hello.
Want to welcome you back from halftime. The Scots up by 3 here at Highlander Stadium. Heckman Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And the Scots really, I don't want to use the word cruising because 3-0 is not substantial. We do know those leads can go away quickly. However, they don't seem that they've felt threatened in this game at all. Defensively, they've been able to really just kind of handle everything that the Falcons have thrown their way. However, we have seen, what'd you call it, the leprechaun? The leprechaun show up.
You know, I don't know what a leprechaun version of a Highlander or whatever the Scotsman is, but he's definitely been here tonight. So I don't like to rest on our laurels, Hackma. It could very easily be 3-3. I mean, Willie had a couple of great saves, but there's a couple that have gone off the pipe and gone the Scots' way. Like I said, it kind of evens out over the course of a year. There's games where you say really nothing's going our way. I'm happy to say in this game, the 50-50s, the balls, the bounces, they're going our way. Yes, the offense has done well. Yes, they've executed well. And the defense is playing well, sliding well, staying with their men. But at the same time, the Falcons have had some opportunities. I think Coach Presser will remind them of that in the locker room. I expect the Scots to come out and need to buckle down a little further and put this one away. Certainly, like you said, 3-0 is nothing in a game like this with an opponent like this. So Scots are going to need to stretch it out a little bit, rely on those passes from guys like Heinlein and Allen down on the inside. I want to see McCutcheon get involved. I want to see Hunt get involved. Harrison needs to turn it up a little bit, and let's get some more scoring involved here.
So far, the St. Joseph's commit, Willie White, doing a really good job in between the pipes. Obviously, he's had a few that has rang the pipes, but, man, he's been pretty solid.
He has been solid. Goalkeeper, Coach Presser talks about winning the middle of the field, winning at the face-off dot, winning in between the pipes. He's been able to do that tonight. Like what I'm seeing. And, Coach Presser gave each goalkeeper a full game down in Florida. Each one of them took one full game. And I got to tell you, man, I didn't see any fall off from one goalkeeper to the next. I'm very confident in all three of our goalies. Willie White's been getting the call as the presumed starter generally in games like this. He's done well, but if Brooker's got to get in there, if Crosland's got to get in there, I think we're gonna be happy with what we see.
That's a unique problem to have.
I'll tell you what, it's a good problem to have.
Not a ton of separation between those three guys, so you feel confident day in and day out with whichever one you go with. But 3-0 here at Highlander Stadium as the third quarter is set to begin. Both teams getting back out on the field, and this is a beautiful evening. As like I said in the open, it has been pretty gloomy all day today. Gray skies, but we get a little bit of Friday night lights here in the spring, and nothing but great lacrosse.
Yeah, I thought it was, looking earlier this week, I thought it was really going to be a nice night, And, hey, we're in Texas. I hate to complain about a night like this. It is certainly cool and comfortable here in the press box. It's probably a little cooler and less comfortable out on the field. A little takedown move there by
you see that?
Leshevsky. That's a play-on call there. Had Highland Park, you see the ref with his arm up, had Highland Park come away with that, they would have called a loose ball push. But because Torrey Pines had the ball, lacrosse is a play-on advantage game. They're not going to stop play when the team whom that foul was committed against already has the ball, is already on a break. So
Ogden controlling the rock right now for the Falcons, working against number 8, Gray. And Corbin trying to close out. Over on the far side. Ogden just kind of taking his time, right at about 30 seconds now on the shot clock.
Yeah, Cookie gives us a good wide angle there. It's good to watch the off-ball movement. Watch it down around the crease right now where those cutters are inside. And I know we keep, as fans, generally keep our eye on the ball, but the off-ball movement is where the game is happening. It's where the cutters are for the offense, and it's where your defense is moving, trying to stay on their men.
Yeah, Jacobson, again, for the Falcons, working his way back inside. Looked like he had plenty of opportunity in airspace to get a shot off, but was not successful. Again, you got Bond, Jackson Bond, closing out on the shooter. Another opportunity here, 10:27 in the third quarter for the Scots to score. We talked about the ball movement and how crisp the Scots have been in the first half. Need a continuation of that here in the third quarter.
Yeah, certainly need to do it, especially down a really strong senior midfielder in Carter Sutton.
Highlander with the pass inside, and just like that, number 19, Connor McCutcheon with the score.
Yeah, good feed by Colton Heinlein there. Comes down inside. Jump feed to, not a jump feed, but gets it down to Connor McCutcheon. He has a jump shot. But I was always saying, you got a senior, starter, line 2, line 1B, whatever you want to call it, midfielder, and Carter Sutton out. So each one of these middies on your first 2 lines is going to feel a little more pressure tonight, not having that 6th man in there. In essence, running 5 middies.
Right. And Carter Sutton is a big part of what you do offensively.
He is a big part.
He is, man. I mean, the guy has a ray gun for a shot.
All the more important in games like this for a guy like Connor McCutcheon. I've talked about him all year. He's got the size to move down on that crease for us. He's covered well by number 27. That's Cash Kinney down there. Great defenseman.
Another one off of White. I want to make sure I give a special shout out to my man, Harrison Cullum. I saw him on his crutches coming across, man, and look, one of my faves, man, all-time faves, Harrison Cullum.
Yeah.
Get better.
Great kid. Be up in Syracuse, New York this time next year. There's another one. I mean, fantastic work by the defense.
Yeah,
but if that's Harrison Brown and that ball doesn't go in,
score.
You're upset. It's tell you, it's situation. Good hustle there by Ford Blevins. He's doing great tonight.
And sacrificing himself, trying to earn the possession for the Scots.
Goes Torrey Pines way there, but fantastic hustle by Ford.
You see the guy standing right there on the crease in here. Another opportunity, Hamner. From behind, great rear check, bringing that ball off the head of the stick at the last minute. Whew. Good God. And, well, maybe that'll be a conversation at dinner tonight.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the whistle was for before the flag. I mean, it was obvious what the flag was for after Griffin continued to chop there. We'll see. He comes out.
Griffin Hamner makes his way over to the sin bin.
Good initial defense. I guess that's the whistle there. Well, they can't do that from what I'm told. Kind of the half Nelson move.
Not a full, but a half Nelson. All right. Torrey Pines with their second man-up opportunity. The first one they had, not able to score. Scots were able to force a turnover and burn the penalty.
And even as vicious as that may have looked on your screen, it's a 30-second technical foul, just a 30-second hold for Mr. Hamner there.
So let's see the Falcons with the advantage. If they could do anything with this, is defense again close in around the hub. Jacobson playing the two-man game. That shot goes over the top of the cage.
Yeah, back to full strength. Bond does a good job of splitting the midfielders there, not giving either one of them time to get comfortable and get a shot off.
That just shows you how solid this defense is, able to burn that penalty. And they go back to their man. Look, Dean Doolin defending from behind X. The screen is coming. Communication great for the Scots, trying to work it back inside. That shot was going to be from about 15 yards out. They think better of it, and they continue to keep the ball moving offensively.
Yeah, we talk about Dean Doolin, how well he did for the football team at playing cornerback this year. He elected to the player committee for the football team next fall.
And a score by Jacobson. Jacobson in close. I mean, hey, one of them has to get through. They've been working. And finally, Torrey Pines gets on the scoreboard here in the third quarter.
Yeah, not shocked there. Torrey Pines, you know, that midfielder does a good job being patient, working it down inside. And that one finally gets past White. He has a little traffic in front of him, makes it a little harder to see. We'll see if the chef can make a stew here.
On Leshevsky. Uh-oh. And it doesn't go against the chef.
At least he sold it well enough that the ref didn't call it against
How
him.
many times have we seen those go the other way? Finally, the chef, not the guilty party. Opportunities now on offense for the Scots as Torrey Pines scores. They want to return the favor quickly, and that is a great job by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, great job. Dangerous cut on the inside there. Hendrick Johnson coming. That's how you pick up a slide from a deep hole, or maybe even the goalie coming down the pipe like that. But
saved by Gavin Henry for the Falcons, and now Falcons with another opportunity to bring this one to within 2.
yeah, played most of the game at a 3-0 lead for the Scots. Would go up by 4, and
Jackson Bond again. The Heimlich. No. They call a push?
Well, and I don't agree with it, but Jackson worked the ball loose, and then they call the loose ball push subsequent to that. So the ball's on the ground, then they call loose ball push.
We got a player down on the field. I did not see what happened, nor do I have a number.
Yeah, I think that's Griffin down there. Looks like he's okay. I didn't see what happened, if he got sick or if he – looks like his legs are okay.
No, legs are fine. He's reaching at his helmet, so maybe something in his eye. Don't know, but he's making his way over to the bench and hadn't seen any trainers yet.
And from the way he's going, I'm going to guess that maybe something didn't agree with him.
Okay.
As he quickly heads down the tunnel.
Jacobson coming around the screen. Trying to get back topside, loses the rock.
Yeah, great slide. That's Luke Rudder in for Hamner.
Luke Rudder forcing the turnover.
And our spotter, Fred Garner, said there was a situation of a turned stomach for Hamner there.
Jackson Bond defending from behind X. Again, you see the communication happening on the screen right away. Again, looking for the assist and back inside, and great defense there by the Scots. Crease violation.
Yeah, fortunate there for Highland Park that Torrey Pines got caught in the crease there, and he will get Pierce Powers going the other way.
Fast break opportunity here for the Scots as they elect to pull it back.
Yeah, just doesn't get right on the head of James Allen's stick there. He does the right thing, pulls it back. They've got 80 seconds. You know, set up this play to go a little bit deeper into the shot clock.
And looks like Griffin Hamner's making his way back onto the field. Bodie Parra working the offense. Great tic-tac-toe catch and release. What a score. Look at how fast this was, Cade.
Yeah, you said it right. He does it in the air. I know you're a big angler out in Rockwall, out at Ray Hubbard, but I haven't seen catch and release that fast.
That's it right there, boy. On display, 5-1, 4:59 in the third quarter, and the Scots answer the score by the Falcons. Chef, God, I'm telling you, that is an easier scoop than going to the fridge and just taking out some Bluebell.
Yeah, Owen, I tell you what, great work by Owen and JR today. You know, when you went, here's a perfect example. I said it earlier. I'm plagiarizing here. You're winning the middle of the field, Heckma. Yeah. You're winning at the dot. You're winning between the pipes, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Oh, another quick one, as that one. That's Harrison Brown with the assist from James Allen, just not able to hit his mark. James Allen trying to work around the screen. It resets the shot clock.
Yeah, Hunt coming around to his left, shoots left, and it gets in.
Whoa! Whoa! What a shot by Hunt Henry. I cannot wait to see this. This is the one right here.
Yeah, strong left hand, natural righty there. He comes around over the top, puts it between the ear hole and the pipe of the goalie.
Oh, I don't always order queso, but when I do, it's top cheddar. It don't get no better than what we just saw right there. And I'm telling you, Gavin Henry has probably got to be asking himself, what was that?
Yeah, the cousin, the third cousin by another mother with Hunt Henry coming around.
What is going on?
Future Blue Devil there. And they're trying to ride it out here, but Fort Blevins gets it up to Griffin across midfield. He's going to want it, Heckma.
Mom Spaghetti's been brought up already, and he's ready to go. He's ready to go.
That's right. Why not?
Bodie Parra working the far side for the Scots. Pass back across. That one lost. Number 24, Selhurst, able to bring that one in for the Falcons. Back to Nico Yamamoto. Great stick work by Yamamoto, not allowing that one to stick to get away from him. Back to Jacobson as the Falcons now in business. 3:10 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Torrey Pine's offense really do as well as Highland Park has done in the last 4 games with those cutters inside, and the ability to feed those guys and hit them on the run for those catch and releases, as you dubbed it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, here's the deal. They've been cutting, but they've got a guy on them. So it's not like they're able to get their hands free at all. It's great defense on this end by the Scots. Got to give credit where it's due. Baron Wells with the pass behind X, trying to run over the top of the screen. Boy, missed opportunity. Thought they had an opening. How about the shovel pass?
Yeah, fantastic there. Again, Fort Blevins, good D.
Loose
good
ball.
Slide by. And there's Dean Doolin. He's going to get another run at it.
Bye. Bye-bye. I mean, what do you do? What do you do with that? And that just shows you James Allen is so quick taking that pass from Dean Doolin. Doolin on the fast break, and just as soon as Allen gets it, he releases it to Harrison Brown that's standing right on the crease.
And let me tell you, you can tell the comfort of a team sometimes, Heckman, by the post-score celebration. There isn't one. I mean, they kind of slowly gather and kind of huddle and give each other a pat on the back, but it's almost like, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we are expected to do here. And Highland Park's certainly doing it here. It's 7-1 in the third quarter.
Trying to get the loose ball, as the Scots do. Willie White.
Had good eyes to get to Finn there, and Finn with a shortstop slide. He's got 8 seconds to get it across midfield. He's going to leg it out and get there.
I am no longer going to call Finn Duncan's little brother. He has his own name now. It's done. It is finished. He has established himself all by himself. I mean, he is tough.
He's tough. I tell you what, I said it jokingly on the broadcast, or not so much jokingly down in Florida, that he gets that from his grandmother, his toughness. If you've seen Gigi in the stadium here, she's probably the smallest woman that you'll ever see, and she is one tough lady. Last year, she was hit by a car in a parking lot, ended up in a wheelchair, still made it to every game, and here she is back here this year walking around like nothing ever happened. I mean, it's amazing. So you think about toughness, man, it's in the genes.
The stories that we get on air, I just I don't know if I was prepared for you. You hit my grandmother with a car? What do you mean?
Somebody hit her with a car in the parking lot, and Gigi is she's just fine.
Man, so we know where the toughness in the family comes from, and that's from Mama Gigi.
Good slide there.
Oh, man, great defense by Hamner. Again, puked his guts out and comes right back and is playing defense.
And if you look at these midfielders and these attackers, they're getting gassed, Heckma. And I'm seeing it from kind of the way they're, their head hangs as they got to run down these Highland Park D-poles on a turnover like that. But hey, that's the game, and that's why you have the depth, and hey, that's why it's 7-1 at this point.
Yeah, you better have something left in the tank, because the fourth quarter is upon us. We will take a break. I want to make sure before we go to break that you go to Game On Sports, like and subscribe for all of your Highland Park lacrosse needs. We'll be right back with more action here at Highlander Stadium.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Minutes of action left in this one. Heckma Harrison alongside Cade Hamner. And so far, the Scots, not perfect in this one, but boy, they are steamrolling right now over our good friends from California who's come in here undefeated, upset-minded. They got 12 minutes to make a statement.
Yeah, and it's tough to judge teams in separate regions of the country. I know it's really not fair to rank teams against each other when they have very unlikely that any of those teams ever play each other in a season. We've been fortunate enough to have the fine folks at Torrey Pines and the folks up in Indiana and all over the country from Culver to come down and in Don Bosco in a few years ago in Severin and in Garden City But really, it's very rare. Good slide there. That one gets in. Griffin gets caught up in a pick there.
Yeah, trying to come around.
Yeah.
Well, typically,
effective, very effective pick.
Yeah, you're trying to come around the pick and just allow his guy to get his hands free one-on-one with Willie White, and Willie White catches the worst of it as the Falcons score.
Yeah.
Here to begin the fourth quarter.
And you got to do a better job of calling those picks. And if you're going to get hung up like that, your shorty or your other pole is supposed to go with him, and you stay with the pick. But good work, good pick, set up by Torrey Pines there, bring them within 5.
Only took 45 seconds for that score by the Falcons. Owen Leshevsky down at the faceoff. Want to thank all of the families that are tuned in. You have so many everywhere. Falcons working from behind X. Ball movement. Hamner almost intercepted that one. Jackson Bond defending the far side GLE.
Yeah, Torrey Pines got some great commits. A couple of Dartmouth commits. A Bryant commit. We know Bryant well. Coach Pressler coached for 16 years at Bryant. Nathan Laliberte, a face-off specialist there. He's our face-off coach.
Double team coming right away into the ground. Ball lost. Way to come away with it, feeding it back to White.
Also got commit to Trinity, Drexel, Syracuse. Be playing with Harrison Cullum, you mentioned earlier, in Bentley. So the West Coast continues to turn out some great players.
Heinlein in between the hashes and the numbers. Hunt Henry trying to shake his guy. More of a man look here. Heinlein working his way back inside. I think he had an opportunity there by James Allen. Allen, again, looking for the assist. He's the dish man. Misses that opportunity. Loose ball turnover for the Scots, and now the Falcons on the run. And don't look now, Harrison Brown chasing the man down.
Yeah, Mitty stays back for Highland Park there, so Harrison chases his man across midfield.
Chase Oleski back to Luke line in. Hamner now defending from behind X on number 3, Harry Jacobson. Trying to set the screen again. And tightrope the crease as Hamner turns them away as they elect to try and continue the ball movement. Back across, and that one, right across the mouth of the cage.
Yeah, you talked about it earlier. Number 41, Jacobson. That's the older brother of Harry Jacobson. So Griffin covering the little brother, Jackson Bond covering the older brother, and the captain in 41, Ross Jacobson.
Uh-oh, yard sale, loses it.
And speak of the devil, there's your Tar Heel captain.
I'm telling you, I called him the bartender. As the bartender, he's just opening cans.
Opening cans and serving them up. Gets it across and up to James Allen there. Here, you're up by 5. You got 8 minutes to go. This is where I start talking about, you don't want to let off the gas, Heckma, but you got 80 seconds. You got a minute 20 seconds on every possession before you have to give the ball up. If you got a good, clean, fast break, I want to see it. But if you're setting up the offense, hey, let's run 40 seconds off, 60 seconds off. And the Scots look like they're content to do that here with 30 on the shot clock at this point.
Hash Brown working his way back inside, dancing around the man, hands free. See you later. See you later.
That's the strong, dominant hand of Harrison Brown. We've talked about it before. Watch how the stick trails behind him back. He's turned to his side. he's got that stick in front of him, but his back is to the goalie. It's like a pitcher on a changeup or a fastball or a slider. You know, the hitter, that goalie, he doesn't see the head of that stick coming until Harrison turns his body, turns his chest first, then his shoulders. The stick, the head of the stick is the last thing to come around. Very hard to get eyes on that ball and where it's going. Very effective for Brown there. Look at the clarity on that shot. Fred Garner, is that 8K?
Have we reached that yet?
I'm telling you what.
J.R. Faria is not letting go as they continue to chase down the loose ball, and Powers comes away with it. Another possession here by the Scots.
You know, Powers family, Powers Parts, our spring break sponsor, did such a fine job of helping the Game On crew get down to Florida, and just a great family. Glad to have them part of this Highland Park family.
Bodie Parra back to Heinlein. Heinlein thought about it. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Working inside. Great defense there by the Falcons.
And you're up by 6:40 to go.
I think Falcons have another game. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Sunday where they play Keller.
Yeah, they're going to play Keller over at, I talked about it before, SMU Crum Field, one of the finest facilities in college sports for lacrosse. Wink, wink. We need a D1
announcer
AC program, and HECMA needs something to do on.
I sure do.
Saturdays every spring.
Tell him you know a guy. Timeout called on the field. 6:21 here in the fourth quarter. We'll take one with them and return to action as play resumes on Game On Sports.
The best part about being a neighborhood bank is the neighborhood. It's the parks. It's the ball games. And it's the people we get to call neighbors. It's the friendly faces we see on the streets and in our lobby. Because at Benchmark, it's not about numbers. It's about neighbors. Our neighbors. Benchmark has your back. Benchmark Bank, family owned by Texans since 1964.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
.621 here in the fourth quarter. And boy, have I missed that view of the Dallas skyline. It's been gray and gloomy all night, but how beautiful. How are you?
Yeah, got a March Madness skyline there.
Yes,
What's going on with the Chase Tower over on the left? I haven't seen those arches lit
I don't
like
know.
that.
I've been trying to figure that out, but I don't know. That's a little different, right?
Those arches on the left, that's the building with the hole in it. The Chase Tower, the Texas Commerce Tower, or whatever you like to call it.
Inside, catch and release, another score for the Scots. And you talked about it earlier, and something that I'm starting to see and show up here. Torrey Pines, man, hey, this team has been out running fast, and these guys have had to keep up with a lot of offensive attacks today. The defense is just wearing down.
You know, start wearing down. Colton Highland's good to see him get one in. He plays point guard so much that, you know, he's so effective, you know, at the number of assists he gets in the game. I like to see him get a goal as well. I know his dad likes to see that.
I think so.
Tells him you should shoot more. I said, you know what? Sometimes, you know, John Stockton's just got to feed the ball.
Yeah, especially when you got Karl Malone.
That's right. Sometimes.
Especially when you got Karl. Another opportunity here for the Falcons. And I believe the Scots have pretty much been in man, except for the man-down defense.
Yeah, kind of just content to go man all night. Jackson on the older Jacobson, Griffin on the younger Jacobson. Ford's covered his man well.
Back up top, Barron Wells. Great pass with an opportunity. Looked like there was hands were free. Thought the shot was coming back over to Wells. Wells being defended by Zilke.
And Zilke and Jackson Bond gives him a little heave-ho on the slide.
And Jackson Bond doesn't even wait for his number to be called. I did it. I'm just going to go ahead and go over there.
To raise my hand. That's me.
I did it. No confession needed. Well, did they get both of them? Okay.
That is no. I think Finn is just in the substitution box, right? Yeah, we got 5 on the field, so you get.
Yeah, I saw them both run over there, so I'm like, wow. Yeah. Okay.
So illegal body check 1 minute. So you get your 2 LSMs. You got Mac Dixon. You got Pierce Powers in, with Ford and Griffin and Dean Doolin, the shorty.
Mac Dixon out defensively. Pierce Powers defending as well. Rotation on, looking for the cutters for the Falcons. Got a few guys standing on the doorstep. Watch number 44. He's standing right here next to Pierce Powers in the middle of this defense.
Yeah, watching the crease around that GLE, those guys sneaking in, number 11.
You see him backside. He's trying to work his way back in. But again, defensively, these guys are all over it. Just taking their time are the Falcons. Hands free, opportunity 44. Finally worked his way in. And
he did. Great movement there and a great feed. Just didn't connect. He was wound up and ready to go and let her rip. Talk about catch and release. Just didn't get the ball, didn't get a clean hold before he was able to release. And the Scots go the other way, and they're going to kill this man-down situation.
And that's number 44, Brody Leonard, a Bentley commit. Another opportunity here by number 20, Hunt Henry.
Whoa, shake
the captain.
Big. Yeah, good shake by Hunt.
So quick. Hesitation just freezes his guy, does Harrison Brown.
Yeah, 35 seconds on the clock here. Just keep spinning it around. No need to Bodie's not going to listen to me. He's going to shoot it.
His middle name is Danger. He doesn't listen to anybody. With a name like that, he doesn't listen to anybody. James Allen bringing the ball in for the Scots, working around the defense.
At 26 seconds, the Scots can take this on the shot clock down under 3 minutes now. Hunt Henry up above, outside the restraining box. He comes down inside, gets a little high stick there.
They're going to dump it. Nope, turnover. They're right at 3 seconds on the shot clock anyway.
Yeah, and below GLE, that's okay. You work it down. You work a full minute 20 down. I mean, we're at 2:45, and you're up by 7.
Max Winger working for the Falcons, and the Falcons take a timeout. 2:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Scott's up by 7. We'll take a timeout with them and return to action as play resumes on Game On Sports.
For over a century, we've been financing the American dream for those who dare to chase it. The job creators, the economic stimulators, the relentless entrepreneurs that refuse to be denied. For this we know, fortune favors the bold. Vista Bank, entrepreneurs banking entrepreneurs since 1912.
Again, showing a little bit of Southern hospitality all game long to Torrey Pines. Up by 7, 2:38 left here in the fourth quarter. Timeout called by the Falcons. Again, the Falcons play at SMU. They play against, taking on Keller.
Yeah, good. A little bit younger team in Keller, but there's some big boys, some big football boys. They'll certainly be a physical game. Scots will be off till next Saturday. So 7 days before they face Westlake next Saturday. Westlake coming up to Highlander this year.
What time is that game?
That game's at noon.
Noon.
Yes, sir. Noon start. High noon on a Saturday. First Saturday in April.
Jacobson trying to make his way back across. As Game On Sports will be down in Austin on that Sunday. You got to call it the Red River rivalry between OU and Texas lacrosse.
Yeah, the old Lone Star Alliance matchup.
Yes,
you talk about a team. Let's, SMU gets a. I'm really lobbying tonight.
I can't tell. I cannot tell at all.
Texas is not going to let a little school like SMU show it up either. So let's get 2 D1 lacrosse programs here in Texas in the next 5 years. What do you say?
I would love it. Oh, let's see. They're trying to run back around. Boy, defense. You talk about the struggles that they've had tonight, boy, and they've had to deal with so much movement by the Scots. Back up to number 20, Hunt Henry. Minute 20. Henry, hands free. Make it count.
That's number 2. Put him in double digits for the captain.
Make it count. Look at this move. Loses his man. Bouncer.
Yeah. Fred, give us the goalie cam on that. I know you got it. You want to show it?
Bing bong. Get any better than that. Classic goalie cam tonight by Game On Sports. Minute 14 is the score hasn't changed on. There it is, 10-2.
Hey, listen, Heckma, while we can here, while we got a minute, I want to give out, shout out.
Let's go.
To our official, unofficial mascot, Rodney. He had double knee replacement recently. Brother, you're our man. You are the heart and soul of this team. We're looking out for you. He's recovering. I know he's watching because he's never missed a Scots game. And I want you to know, man, we're thinking about you. The boys are thinking about you. We missed not having you here tonight. It was a little confusing. There were some locked doors and some locked gates we had to go around. But we figured it out. But you're on our mind, and this one's for you, my man.
Jacobson trying to get his hands free with a shot attempt as Willie White, again, solid in between the pipes, 33 seconds left in this one. Now they finally get Dean Doolin with the slash. Brody Leonard, number 44 with the rock. .22 seconds left as
good feed. That's what they were looking for on that on that play earlier.
Finally able to execute it to Dominic Principi. And that is the third score of the night by the Falcons.
Yeah, score like that comes a little late, but the feed is there. It was effective earlier, just not able to make the connection. In 19 seconds to play, Scots lead by 7. And one final false start should do it for us here tonight. Wind has died down. Shouldn't be too bad walking to the car, Heckma.
No, man, I don't think we'll blow away. And like you said, the Scots will have a bit of a break now. The next game is not until Saturday, 12 o'clock, and that's April the 4th.
Yes, sir. The biggest break of the year so far. You get your season legs going, playing these double headers and 2 games in a week and 3 games in a week down in Florida. And then you come back, have a good week of practice, you play a national powerhouse team that comes to your house in Torrey Pines, put up good numbers, and you're going to have a pretty nice weekend, right? You're off Saturday and Sunday. Boys need to keep it clean. And then, have some good practices next week and get ready for Westlake.
So this is the part of the season where I've been used to, Cade. You get those back-to-back-to-back games, those 2 games in a row, right when you getting into the state tournament. All of that is kind of coming down the pipeline. You start to see Coach Pressler getting these guys prepared for, the state tournament.
Yes, certainly. And as you know, the state tournament lacrosse not being, deep enough yet in Texas with the number of teams. So it's really a 2-weekend thing. You play one weekend, it's kind of a regional quarterfinals, if you will. The very next weekend, it's doubleheader if you win. It's semifinals and finals the next day. And you're right, it's upon us. It's Mother's Day weekend in May. It'll be here before you know it. And, got a week off here. Get ready for it. And let's just keep playing. Big day for the entire program tomorrow. A lot of youth games, Bantam games. You see these kids out here running, get excited on a Friday night, then they go out and have fun all weekend long playing for the Scots.
Some of the scores and highlights right now showing up on the screen, and Harrison Brown can't stop him if you wanted to. Another score. This was the one right here, boy.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely outstanding. The Scots come out, take care of business against Torrey Pines. Again, Torrey Pines playing Keller this weekend at SMU. And so I want to thank everyone for joining us. My partner in the booth, Cade Hamner, Cookie for keeping the sound good and sounding crisp. And my man, Fred Garner, who got 30 push-ups in today in a tuxedo. Never seen it. You better come and witness it when you see Fred doing his thing. I want to thank all of you for joining us here. I want to say so long, good night, and God bless.